No, one's face.
We are grateful that you are joining us from all over the globe on Zoom and Facebook Live. My name is Elliot Rossick, and I am from the amazing Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. The Black Consciousness Festival is a global online platform for the commemoration and celebration and sharing of vital histories and stories that boost the awareness and impact of the pride, power, and practice of people of African descent. The festival is building awareness around how each of us can take the necessary steps for restitution and reparation. Today, we present one of our amazing cultural activities. We join Richard Olatunde Baker as he teaches us about the Yoruba Talking Drum. Richard is a musician, producer, and instrument maker, born of British Nigerian parentage, and he grew up listening to various African music in the UK, later being trained by traditional Yoruba drummers in the art of the talking drums. He plays many West African percussions and has toured, recorded with many prominent African jazz musicians, including Tony Allen, Fela Kuti's drummer, Mulatu Astatke, Seun Kuti, Dele Sosimi, and Anthony Joseph, to name a few. Richard is a very experienced teacher and will share the passion and joy of the talking drum with us in this session. Richard, you there? Talk to me.
Here.
How does it feel to be part of the Black Consciousness Festival?
It feels good to be part of something like this, and also part of something in its inception, in its first run. You know, really good timing for it. Very excited.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the talking drum. Is it a common instrument?
In parts of West Africa, it's a very common instrument, yeah, but it's focused in many countries across West Africa, yes.
What is the significance of it in Yoruba culture?
So in Yoruba, well, the journey of the talking drum began in Yoruba land anyway, and then it sort of spread. But the significance is because the drum holds the culture. It speaks, it's fun, it's funny, it can be rude, it can be so many different things. So it's right in there with in a religious setting, in a social setting, it's there all the time.
Right, that's really interesting. Why should more people learn about it?
Because, as I said, it carries the culture with it. So the drum, so many thousands of proverbs to learn, so many phrases and things to say with it, and those are because it's an oral culture, not so much a written one. There is symbols, but the whole thing is that with that you carry the culture, with that you carry the value system, and so it's very powerful through the drum.
Right, so we're ready for you. Do your thing.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, hi everybody, I'm just gonna jam a little bit at the beginning, so I can see some people here. Not everybody's turned their camera on. It'd be nice to see some faces, but don't worry, I'm just gonna play a little bit to give you some flavor, then I'm gonna talk, so let's just have some fun. So I've got this kind of backing track that's, hopefully you can hear it. I'm just gonna play a little, aha, so we got somebody from UK there. Okay, so there's a little intro for you. So if you, I've got a thumbs up from someone there in UK. Are we going to get some more people on there so we can actually see you? Because to do this workshop, I should firstly say, you don't actually need a talking drum, because this language that we're going to be looking at through the drum has many tones. It's a tonal language, and there's 3 main tones. So in a sense, you can join this workshop if you have any kind of drum, if you have a djembe that has a bass, tone, and a slap, or you have anything that's got 3 notes on it, even just your voice. So please feel to join in. but we're going to look at some of the technical stuff as well. So the first thing about the Yoruba talking drum is, as I said, it carries the culture with it. And it's, like a lot of drums, it's part of a family. This one here is kind of like one of the kids or one of the adolescents. It's one of the more common sizes. We call it Adamo. Also, you'll find there's many names. The family name is Dundun, which is sweet sound. You also hear Gong Gong as well. But like all families, all of the drums are born of the biggest one. And a lot of the time people see the big drum, they say, yes, the daddy. It's not a daddy, it's the mother. So the lead drum, the female drum, is called Iyalu. Iya is mother, Ilu is drum, Iyalu. I can see one of our participants going to his cupboard at the side to get his Iyalu. So this is actually the first talking drum. I'll just give you some sound on it. And you can also see how I play this. Obviously I'm squeezing it, but in a different way. So that's how we play that drum, but it's born of the mother. And why I'm going through this is not just to give you a kind of lecture on talking drums. It's also so you understand when we play these drums, where it's really coming from. It's not just a playful activity. It's something that carries the culture, as I said. So here's the mother. Okay, that's the first drum. Then we have a pair of drums. Okay, I'm just trying to pull them out. These two, which you can see are slightly smaller than the mother. I'm just going to hold them like this so you can hear the different tones. So these ones here is Isaju and Ikein. And funny enough, they're kind of like twins, although one is bigger than the other. And the Yorubas, as it happens, have more twins than anybody on the planet Earth. So it's kind of significant that these drums, the front guard and the back guard, are kind of like twins that play the support. And the other point you'll probably see now is that I'm talking about a family, because to play these drums, it's a group thing. We're currently, where's my phone? We're currently in a culture where it's all about this, isn't it? And it's all about this, a me culture, and this is very much a we culture. So everybody has to play together, and that is significant. One person with 10 drums and one brain, very clever, fine. But if you have 10 people with one drum each, you have 10 brains. So you have a different kind of approach to the whole thing. So when you hear the drum patterns, but when we put them together, that's where it comes from. That's where the power is. Okay. Then the drum I was playing next in the family is the Adamo. And this is the one that's more popular because it's easy to get all of the sounds on this one. And you'll see the way I'm holding it as well. Well, we'll talk very quickly about how it's made, but I want to get into some music soon. Okay, so it's obviously animal skin. You stitch these on. I stitch these myself. As a talking drummer, you have to actually be able to stitch them on like a guitarist changes their guitar strings. You know, we change the skins. Okay, then the last born in this family is Omele, the little baby. Okay, and you'll see that I'm playing certain ones tied up with one tone. I'm not even making it talk. Omele refers to the role of this drum. It's not actually an omele drum. It's a gong gong, a talking drum that is gonna play omele, and the role of this drum is to support. Yeah, so we have a lot of support drums. And I've got a little backing track, which hopefully if it works, you're going to hear how the drums work together. Then we're going to kind of begin. Lastly, but not least, because it's kind of almost, it's almost like the first Yoruba drum is this one here. And you can see it's not like the rest of the drums. This is called gudu gudu, gudu gudu. Yeah, tonal language. So you can't say gudu gudu, gudu gudu. It's gudu gudu. Yeah, and this drum is actually, technically it's in the Bata family. I don't know if you know about Bata drums, but that's something else. You can see it's got this sticky thing here, and we play it with this koboko, which also has other uses, but for now we're gonna use it just for music. Yeah, so I see John knows the use. Two tones, you play it in the middle and at the side to get two tones. So I'll just very quickly play a little bit. So I'm not a very good player. Okay, so this one is actually the first kind of drum that builds the support. So you imagine all of these drums together. Couple more things. This one, shekere. This is the real Yoruba shekere. Great big calabash with the cowrie seeds on. Yeah, we can play very simple patterns with these. So it's like a timekeeper as well. And then another drum that I can't fit in the room. There's a drum called Ogido. It's part of a family. Some people call them Akuba as well. Very simple conga-like drums that hold down the basis of the music. Yeah, so there's the kind of family infrastructure, and the family works together. So what I'm going to try and do now is just play a backing track of each of these instruments. It's something I've played and then I've kind of looped it. So bear with me for a second. And then we're going to get into actually how you play these drums. Yeah. So if you're there with your drum at home, as I can see John is, and the other shy people, I can see names. Nicholas, are you there? Erica, are you there? Ruby, have you got a drum? I don't know, but it's all good. I'm glad you're here. So here we go with the backing track. So I'm going to start like this. Let's see if this is going to work. Please work. Yeah. So what we got there is the gudu gudu playing first. In fact, let me just pause that because I wanted to sort of do it as it went along. That was the first one. Gudu gudu yege, yege gudu yege, gudu gudu yege, gudu yege. So you can see we actually put speech to the patterns as well. Then the shekere came in. Let's see what comes in next. Then we have an omele play. Another one that's answering. And there's the Ogido in the background. Can you feel that bass? Boom, back, boom, back, boom. Yes. Okay, so let's try and play something along with this. Yeah. So let's get our 3 notes on the drum. So we actually put our thumb here like this. You know, it's a funny position if you're not used to it. You can hurt your wrist. So you might want to start just like that. If it's a problem for you, that's good. We're going to go do, re, mi, which is the bass, mid, high. Yeah, so the do, we don't get any sound, any tone. It should be flat. And we play in the middle with the stick. A loose stick as well, because you can go very fast with these drums. Now, if we squeeze a little bit, but not all the way, we should get our middle notes. Yeah, our re. Do, re. Now we're going to get our high notes. We're going to add, you guessed it, do, re, mi, do, re, mi. And the backing track ends, but that's not going to stop me. Do, re, mi. I didn't leave it for long enough. It's probably good it stopped, so you can hear the drum. And the accuracy in the drum, if you imagine a fretless instrument, like a double bass, you know how you can't see where the notes are? These are like fretless drums, yeah? So you have to try and get the same note every time. It takes practice. So let's try do, re, mi. If you imagine it's a little staircase, there's only got 3 stairs. Do, re, mi, stay there. Mi, re, do. And this little exercise we're doing is going to enable us to speak accurate, understandable Yoruba on the drum, yeah? So do, re, and you can challenge yourself and try and go faster. And that's where the stick comes in as you go faster. Don't worry if you don't get that fast now. The stick, we don't hold it with a stiff arm. We hold it with very loose wrist. Almost between these 2 fingers, in fact, yeah? So, do, re, mi. another thing, in the Yoruba language, there's glides as well. So in order to try and get the sound, we can actually bend the notes, bend them up and bend them down. So you actually strike, squeeze to get an upwards bend. So in slow motion, I'm hitting the drum and then squeezing afterwards. Okay, and then we can do a downward glide where we squeeze the drum first and then strike it and let go after we've struck it. Yeah, like this. So let's say our first Yoruba word, we can say suru, suru, which technically goes suru. Nobody says it quite like that, but what we can do, we can actually go. Let's go to another word. Don't worry. Yeah. I jumped ahead to suru. At least I got some response. You see, that's why I need your camera on so I can get the response. And I got a response from somebody, and they went. So that's fine. Let's go to another word. Let's actually, come on, let's just go straight into it. Ninui koko dudu Latin sebe. Ninui koko dudu Latin sebe. In the black pot, we cook soup. That's like a proverb. You can take it literally, or you can take it as something you say first thing in the morning. Hey, we've got to go out to work. Everybody's got to eat. Ninui koko dudu Latin sebe. You could even say, oh, it's a black pot. It's an old pot, a trusted pot. Yeah, always eat at home. Eat somewhere where you trust, you know. So there's many meanings to the proverbs. But let's look at how we can say this one. Ninu. So it's your highest note, your mi. Ninu. Ninu. Then we're gonna say ikoko, which is the cooking pot. In fact, we're gonna sort of squash the words. We're not gonna say ninu ikoko. We're gonna say ninu koko on the drum. Yeah. So ninu koko dudu. So it's mimi dodo mimi. If you wanna do it like that. You know, one thing also I should say, when you're playing this drum and it gets more complicated, if you start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, you're gonna get lost, because if you're also forgetting what is it you're saying. So as a talking drummer, you want to think about what it is you're saying and feel it that way, rather than say 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So we're gonna say ninu koko dudu. And you can see straight away how, even though we haven't finished that little proverb, the phrases, the repetitive phrases that you hear in a lot of Yoruba music, it's not da 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 da. It's little words, it's little chants, you know. So it all could be replaced with voices. So we're going to say Ninui koko dudu Latin. So we're now going to go from the top stair to the bottom stair, to the top stair, to the middle stair, up to the top stair. Yeah? Latin. That means you've got to know where you're squeezing. You like, so we squeeze hard, release, squeeze hard. That's easy. Now the middle bit, you've got to find that point where you're not squeezing too much, but you hear the same note, not a different note each time. Yeah? So let's go from the beginning. Ninui koko dudu Latin. 3, 4. I'm going to put the backing track in a minute. 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to add the nsebe, which means to cook soup. And when we say soup, you understand anyway. Soup is not just, soup is like, you know, many things. But I'm not going to get into food because I'm going to get distracted. And I love food. And there's somebody here that also loves food. So we'll just stay with the drum. So we're going to say, Latin sebe. So that was the staircase. Middle high, middle low. Latin. Latin sebe. Latin sebe. and you don't get much clue as to where my notes are because my arm doesn't always move that much. So it's like a feel thing, yeah? As long as you can hear your notes. Remember, if this was a djembe drum, you'd be going slap tone, slap bass for the Latin sebe. You got 3 tones on a djembe as well, yeah? So Latin sebe, Latin sebe. So I'm gonna rush you. We're gonna do the whole phrase. Ninui koko dudu Latin sebe. Here we go. And again. And again. Okay, while you practice, I'm just gonna scroll my my gallery view to see if there's any more people who are daring to show their faces. Or did I just unmute myself? Did I just mute somebody? Can you hear me? Yeah, hopefully you can still hear me. Okay, I can't see anybody else, but that's all good. So let me put this backing track on, and we're gonna play Ninui Koko Dudu Latin Sebe as a repetitive. Oh, is my volume too quiet? Can you hear me now? Okay, so I should speak yeah, bigger. Okay, so let's go back to this funny little backing track. Gudu gudu yege, yege gudu yege, gudu gudu yege, gudu yege, gudu gudu yege, gudu yege gudu. Wait till the beat comes in. Ba, 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 ba. Now there's 2 ways we can do this. So if you're advanced, I'll give you that afterwards, but the rest of us are gonna go like this. Hang on. Ninui koko dudu Latin sebe. Ninui koko dudu Latin sebe. And because I can't hear you, I'm just gonna pretend to listen for a minute. So just make sure your notes are the same notes each time. And for you advanced drummers, you're not gonna say Ninui koko dudu no. You're gonna go Ninui koko dudu Latin sebe. Ninui koko dudu Latin sebe. Yeah? Mr. Igbo, please. I'll ask you to switch your mic on and demonstrate. So I can't quite hear my backing track enough. Yeah? Next. Okay. So you know what I'm gonna do now? Because I've sort of done an intro. You've heard my voice. You've heard the voice of the drum. You've got a rough idea. Shall we do this? Shall we switch on our mic? Has anybody got any questions, comments, or complaints? Now is a good time. I will also look at the chat as well in case we have any shy people, because it seems like, I don't know why you guys are so shy. Can I even find the chat thing? I've just said, I don't know where the chat thing is. If you want to switch your mic on and make a comment or ask a question, that's now's the time to try that before I move on again. So this is my way of taking a quick break. Do you have to be asked to be unmuted by the host, I wonder? Let's have a look. Don't want to spend too much time on the technical thing because we've got to get on with the drumming, but let me see. For instance, if I wanted to unmute, if I wanted to unmute Mr. Igbo, I will ask if he wants to be unmuted. Mr. Igbo, doctor, did you want to, anything?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Hello, welcome.
How's it going, boss?
It's going well. I'm so happy to be here. You know, this is great. Any feedback, comments?
Yeah, listen, yeah, before we go on, shout out to Black Consciousness.
Definitely.
Good. This is a good thing. I know this is the inaugural session. I hope this continues. This is brilliant. African culture is our culture. It's for all of us.
That's it.
The more we can get out to everybody, the more they can value it. So that's my first thing. Well done, Black Consciousness. My question. So the top note and the bottom note is okay. I can get that, right? I get it. The middle one, it's a bit difficult to pick up.
Yeah, the middle note.
Squeeze and get top note. Easy to let go and get the flat note. The middle range, it just doesn't come, doesn't come naturally. So what's the way to get the middle range without losing
Yeah, when you first get your drum, I think actually, because obviously we're saying there's 3 notes. You know, this drum has got many notes, and the thing is to get to know. So get to know your scale, because every drum is individual, even though there's a lot of similarities based on size. So get to know your fretboard or your drums. So that way, when we do things like singing, we know where the notes are already, rather than searching for them at the time. So if you like, a good way of practicing is just go up and down, up and down. Don't worry about the notes, and you'll find it's almost like they find themselves. Then that middle note will be obvious because you'll have it in your head, hopefully, as a note, something you actually hear. And so if you don't quite get it, you just squeeze or release a little bit more. Does that help?
That's all good. Yeah.
All right. It'll be great to see some of you people. It's nice that you're here though, so I will carry on. I'm not complaining. I have now seen the chat, and I'm just gonna look. I don't know what was you. Okay. Oh, thank you. Messages of support. That's good. But I wanted some, inquisitive stuff. But that's all right. Let's move on. Let's look at how we can play this drum as a rhythm instrument as well, because when we play it, it's not just saying stuff. Like I said, everybody plays support. So let's have a look at some rhythms, see how you can get on with that. Let's challenge ourselves. Let's go into it because of time as well. We're going to try do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi, do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi, do, mi, mi, re. So you see, I have to say it. If you can say it, you can play it. That's the theory. So, do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi. Yeah, I know I'm making it look easy. Okay, so let's slow it down. Do, mi, mi. Do, mi, mi. Do, mi, mi. Do, mi, mi. And if you like, the re, which we're now going to go for, the middle note there, re, mi, mi, it's just kind of like somewhere between, if you think about the muscle in your arm, there's the do, you're not using that muscle. The mi, you're showing us your biggest muscle. And the re, you're just doing a sort of, half-baked kind of thing, yeah? That's, if you want to simplify it, yeah? So it's do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi, do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi. I'll also stand up for a second so you can see where my stick is. It's curved for a reason. You don't have to bring it up here or this like that. You can be right down here. Do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi. In fact, we normally stand up to play these drums anyway. So, do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi, do. So one drum will be playing the support, the other one could be saying the proverb, yeah? So if you like, I'll play this support, and if you're confident, you can do the Ninui Koko Dudu Latin Sebe. If you haven't got a drum, try and say it. Ninu Ikoko Dudu. Yeah, I know Dudu in the Caribbean has another connotation, maybe. This Dudu is black, the word for black. Ninu Ikoko Dudu Latin Sebe. Ninui Koko 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 Dudu Latin Sebe. Okay, I'm going to go for the backing track now, just to help us a little bit. Let's try another one. So, like I said at the beginning, it's like a family. Everybody plays their little part. So you can have that rhythm there going while the next rhythm plays at the same time. Yeah, lots of interlocking, tiny little rhythms. Like on the backing track that I'm going to use now, actually, there's got lots of stuff going on. Hopefully it's not too busy for you. I'll just turn that volume down. All right, so hopefully you can hear this. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I know there's a program beat in there as well, but the rest of it is live. Omelette drums. Also, there's another type of drum there, but we won't go into that. Okay. Now you can hear it's a bit fast. Let's just talk over this one. This one I'm gonna teach you now. So instead of do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi, do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi. It's too fast. We're gonna play re, do, do, mi, re, do, do, mi, re, do, do, mi. So this is where I pretend to listen, see how you're getting on. And if you're feeling confident, any advanced people here, I can see Fola Kade. I don't know if you're an advanced drummer. Re, to do, mi, re, to do, mi, re. That's what you should be playing. Also, Dr. Ibo. Re, to do, mi, re, to do. But the rest of us will play re, to do, mi, re. Jogbo. Okay, good. So you see what I did there? I said something on the drum, and then you're supposed to call it out. So that's what happens in the culture with the drum. There's so many things that are said. A lot of people don't hear the drum language, but for people that do, that's how it works. Is actually the drum speaks first, and then the people hear it and call. You get a big chance. So we'll look at doing something like that. Let's just carry on with that so you can practice. I would still like to see some people, but I'm glad the names are still there. But I want to see you really. I don't know where your camera's on. Don't worry, even if you're in bed or you're, just film another part of the room. Anyway. So it might feel even a little bit babyish at the moment. We're doing the do, mi, re, mi. Yeah, that's the basics of it, and then we can get advanced. I should talk about what's going on here, because I keep doing this, and you probably think like, what's going on there. So with this, if you want to look at that, I find that some people don't get it on the first go, but let's look at it anyway. Yeah, we've got this. I've got a towel strap. I mean, there are traditional leather straps like you saw on the other drums as well, but I've got this towel strap. Yeah, Dr. Ibo has. I keep referring to him. Has a traditional proper leather strap. I've got this towel one, because when we play these drums on in Nigerian parties, might start 11 midnight, finish 7 in the morning, and it's non-stop playing for the drummers, so you have to be comfortable. Oh, my voice needs to be louder. Thank you. Yeah, so what do we do with this hand? Yeah, my thumb goes there, and this hand acts as percussion. We can do so many things with the fingers here. We can do drum rolls. You'll see a lot of that in the Senegalese style of drumming. They have another drum which they call tama. The Yorubas use it a lot to actually sort of put some percussion into it. So instead of playing I can put my fingers in there, in between the beats. Make it together a slap sound as well. Yeah, so I don't know if people would normally, if I'm teaching like a first class, I wouldn't expect anybody to get that, but know about it. Yeah, that your thumb goes here and your hand goes across, because you don't want to stop the sound of the drum. Yeah, and your fingers can drop down anytime you want to touch. So it's not like you don't push the skin of the drum in. It's like a gentle touch. It's kind of like a funny thing when you see these drums, you see people beating it hard, but actually we're very gentle with the other hand. Yeah, so so there's a little sort of left-right thing going on. Let's have a look at that anyway. Let's spend like 30 seconds on it, yeah? Let's try the do, so re, do, mi, re, do, mi, re. And anytime there's a pause, we're going to put our hand in there, yeah? And you're straight away, most people are like, no, because you know, there's not that many people that walk around like that. So obviously, it's a new position. If you like, you can see me. Just a little finger will do. Yeah, if all the hands doesn't go. I've got big hands as well. Small-handed drummers usually get on better than big-handed drummers. And traditionally, also, actually, we grow the fingernail. So you can just reach down there and touch, yeah. Okay, so let's move on. Let's say something else. So at the end of this, even if you don't have a drum with you, even if you feel like I can't play anything, let's give you some more vocabulary so that you know, because I said how this drum carries the culture, etc., etc. So there's one phrase that I did in the opening. Now this is like a chant / song more than a proverb. And what we're saying is, you know, you've done something well. It's the sort of thing you might say at somebody's birthday or you know, it's like, congratulations, you've done well, but actually you've done this, waiting for the next one. The next one is going to be better. That's why I did it for the opening of the festival, because it's like you're saying, you know, congratulations, I can't wait for the next one. You know, that's the sentiment of what we're going to say here. So, ashe she touche. Is that too much for a beginner? Try it anyway, yeah? Oh, here's a joint to everyone. Which part of the drum is best to hit? Yeah. It's okay. Ideally, you play in the middle. Ultimately, you find a little space, probably a little bit below the middle. But, you know, as I said, I've fixed these drums. 90% of the drums that arrive broken, the split is there, is at the edge. So avoid the edge. Yeah. Let's try this phrase and we'll do a more simple one anyway. So we're going to say, ashe she touche. Just play it. I already feel like I've given you the hard one, but I'm not going to stop because I don't back down easily. And then we'll go to a simple one. Yeah, remember we said at the beginning, the downward glide, yeah? Let's just stay on that. Maybe we won't do that. We won't do all that. Let's just do and make a rhythm from there. Now you see me swinging my stick with confidence. Don't worry if you think like that and you're missing, you're hitting the person next to you. Just keep it there, yeah. Let's try that with the backing. So now, what have we got in our vocabulary? Ninui koko dudu, Latin sebe. In the black pot we cook soup. Ashen share, two share, kind of congratulations. Yeah, so let's just run the backing, see how it fits. I've got a slow and a fast one, but I think my slow one is already fast. Ashen share, two share. Yeah, so we're gonna play half time. Yeah. So if you like, say it first so you get the timing. Ashe, she, touche. And if you're lost in the music where the beat is, just listen for a minute. And a one, and a two. Chicka chick, chicka chick, chicka chick, chicka chick, chicka chick, chicka chick, chicka chick. Ashe, she, touche. Nínú ìkòkò dúdú la ti ń sebẹ̀. Let's go. Nínú ìkòkò dúdú la ti ń sebẹ̀. Àṣẹ ń ṣe tún ṣe. Àṣẹ ń ṣe tún ṣe. Now, let's do something, just in case you're thinking you're getting tongue-tied, let's do something in Pidgin, the most English-sounding Pidgin. You know, Pidgin is the same as Patois, you know. So Nigeria, there's one that goes, fine, fine, baby, you know, go fine past your mother. Yeah, so we're saying to the fine woman, yeah, you're beautiful, but it's because of your mother. Remember I said at the beginning about the mother drum and the importance of the family? So this is a good one to use. We're going to say, I'm going to throw you in the deep end. Fine, fine, baby, you know, go fine past your mother. Fine, fine, baby, you know, go fine past your mother. Fine, fine, baby, you know, go fine past your mother. Fine, fine, baby, you know, go fine past your mother. Nínú ìkòkò dúdú la ti ń sebẹ̀. Nínú ìkòkò dúdú la ti ń sebẹ̀. Àṣẹ ń ṣe tún ṣe. Àṣẹ ń ṣe tún ṣe. Fine, fine, baby, you know, go fine past your mother. Do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi, do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi. Do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi, do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi. Mi, re, for the advanced players. Re, do, mi, re, do, mi, re. I'll tell you what, I'll do the double time one, the fast one, you do the slow one, so we can hear, well, you'll hear, I won't hear. So you can see that how they work together, yeah? Do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi, 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 do, mi, mi, re, mi, mi. Fine, fine, baby, you know, go fine past your mother. Yay, fine, fine, baby, you know, go fine past your mother. Erica, fine, fine, baby, you know, go fine past your mother. Àṣẹ ń ṣe tún ṣe. I was in the wrong key. Àṣẹ ń ṣe tún ṣe. Yeah. Àṣẹ ń ṣe tún ṣe. Good. Okay, we still got a short time left. Does anybody want to wave, or if there are any questions, or you're just enjoying it, then that's good. Is it Thai or Thai? Ruby. Fola? Kinosha now. Nicholas Ward. Denise, sorry. Okay, we're going to carry on. It's nice to enjoy that backing track as well. Hey, because finally you show your face. Thank you. Let's try another one, actually. The rhythm that you can hear there. Perhaps one of the rhythms that in Yoruba land that in the Caribbean is there, like a lot of them already are. You know how it's obviously the same family. You'll kind of hear this rhythm. Re, mimi, re, mimi, re, mimi. Now, a lot of the Europeans will say, where's the one? There's no beat on the one. It's just re, mimi, re, mimi, re, mimi. I'll do it half time. In fact, I'm going to turn this off for a minute. No, I'll do it full time. Share, tune share. So the drum will speak first. And then the people. Share, tune share. Let's test you. Ninui Koko, Dudu, oh yeah, Latin, Sebe. You know it. Oh, I missed the beat. Ninui Koko, Dudu, Latin, Sebe. Fine, baby, you know, go find parts your mother. Don't mean it, right, me, don't mean it, right, me. Now, I'll tell you what, the last thing, before I switch let's go back to a chat. Let's do the call to end. Yeah, there's a call to end. There's not necessarily words, but you hear, not even just on the talking drum, but in Yoruba drumming. That means you see playing with sticks, different kind of drum, and we use this same language, yeah? You'll hear. And then the answer is, yeah, there's no actual words. So I said about talking drum, this is like an onomatopoeic, if you like, call. Is the answer, yeah? 1, 2, 3, so bash, yeah? So you can all clap, yeah? Here we go. Yeah, and then there's one little bit after that. So it goes bash, bash. Yeah, so let's get that tied together. Hey. That's how we end it, yeah? Let me see you clapping. Put your hand up. You participate, thank you. Here we go. And as you see there, a common thing with talking drum is when we're first learning, yeah, you'll see a little bit of blood once in a while. The hand of the stick. So. Yeah, so let's put that to the music and I'll carry on with the other stuff. Yeah, thank you for clapping. Let's just practice that ending, actually. Hang a minute. Because I'm listening to a backing track off my little computer screen. I can hear it. Yeah? as you can see, anything, any language. Nínú ìkòkò dúdú la ti ń sebẹ̀. Mi ò gbọ́. Nínú ìkòkò dúdú la ti ń sebẹ̀. Play it on your table. Fine, fine, baby, you know, go find past your mother. Bash, 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 bash. Fine, fine, baby, you know, go find past your mother. Bash, 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 bash. Ashe, she, touche.
Ashe, she, ushe.
Yay! Ah, Erica. Thank you. It only took 55 minutes. Ashe, she, touche.
Ashe, she, touche.
You see? Hey! That's made my evening. That's made my week.
I was singing along with you, don't worry.
Yeah, no, I can see you were. I just see, but you actually switched the mic on. That was the moment, yeah. So let me just switch this now for a minute, just so I always like to end on time and give time for any chatting or anything. So these drums, yeah, made from quite thin, tender skin we use on it. So it's amazing that we beat it so hard, but the skin is actually very fragile. And the skin is usually, some people get upset, it's baby cow, very, very, very young baby, or goat, yeah? And the skin is stitched on when it's wet. It looks really complicated. I mean, I've been doing it for years, so I can, you know, do it all the time. But I remember the first few times, it's a bit crazy. It's an hourglass-shaped piece of wood. Oh, our host is coming back, so that means I'm getting ushered away. But I'll continue. Yeah, it's an hourglass-shaped piece of wood. The skin is on both sides. It's stitched on using twisted skin from the previous drum. Yeah, because we slice around and around and around and around, put it in water, stretch it out, and use that to stitch on the new skin. Yeah, so it's very recyclable. And then you've got this black piece of leather around here which supports where the stitches are going on. This is twisted he goat. So that's the bit that kind of smells sometimes. As you can imagine, I'm playing it under my arm for 6 hours. And that's the bit that will make the pitch change, because when you squeeze these or release them, squeeze or release them. And this bit here, you're wondering why it's not just decoration, it's because when we change the skin, we actually need extra leather because we need to loosen everything like that. And then the strap goes on. I'm using a towel. Strap is appa. I didn't give you all the names of the parts of the drum, but that's okay for now. Strap goes on like that. And it looks very small and insignificant, particularly to, I don't want to say to all Westerners, but to people who are outside of the culture, say, oh, that nice little drum. When you play this through microphone or when you play it in the right context, this is one of the most powerful drums you can imagine. You know, it gets heavy bass tones, as you can hear, but through microphone, we're talking, you know, earth-shattering sub-bass. So these are real, like, heavy-duty, low-end drums. So the Yoruba particularly go for the low-end drums. The other drums you'll see in, like in Senegal, the small high-pitched drums with a lizard skin, which goes with their Wolof language, for instance. They one are very high-pitched. The Yoruba is very deep. Don't forget, we started with the mother drum. Yeah, we like big bass. We like big bass, so I'll leave it like that. So look, guys, thank you so much. If you want to switch on your mic, because I know my host is rubbing his hands like, you know, I've got to wind it up. But if there's any more questions or any comments, please, now's a good time to quickly interject. Anybody? You might also wonder me, because you're hearing my English accent. Yeah, I'm English Nigerian. How did someone like me play these drums? Because these are traditional hereditary drums. Your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather. I'm not from a drummer's family. I was brought up with the music, but nobody to learn it from. I was lucky enough to find the people who played on the records I used to listen to as a kid. It's quite, my journey is quite funny. But most people who play these drums, traditional, and now that it's spread, but traditionally, it's the drummers. You know, your name would be Ayon. So whatever, Ayon Bode, Ayon Dosu, that means drummer of the drummer's family. Like Mr. Smith was the blacksmith, Mr. Baker was the baker, yeah? So it's that thing. That's where the roots of it. But now it's spread so much, and I think it's important that everybody, that's why I'm loving doing this across so many different places, because we all should know about this, you know, and a bit of language, you know, we can share so much. We already share so much. We have to keep the connection strong and stop the bickering about this one and that one. We're the family. I remember they're all looking at us as if we're the same anyway, but we've got our differences, which are beautiful, but we are the family. So we should keep this together. That's where I'm coming from. Keep this together. This is ours. This is ours. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Before you go, are you working on any special project at this point? Anything you want to share?
You know what? I just finished working on one with a company, a very wonderful company in UK called Iroko Theatre Company, who got funding for a heritage product called Speaking Without Voice. So obviously the talking drum was a big part of that. But then there was also the symbols, you know, there's many different tribes, big tribes, the Uli symbols that particularly the Igbo people use. Also the Aroko symbols, which the Yorubas use. So, you know, emojis now, you know, everybody's using emojis, same as, you know, that's basically what we're talking about, that lost language of symbols that, as I say, carry the culture. So we did a project on that, going around just local community centers, libraries, doing presentations, doing workshops, bringing kids and families in, you know, to make people love the culture again. So that one is just finished, but I'm always, you know, that's the kind of thing I love to do. So yeah, thank you for that question. Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing beautifully.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. There's still 30 seconds to switch on your cameras and wave me goodbye. You say Odabo, Odabo, which is goodbye in Yoruba.
Oh, Richard.
Yeah.
Odabo, Odabo.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Would you like people to know about the Black Consciousness Festival?
Oh, sorry, could you say again? I just missed that.
What would you like people to know about the Black Consciousness Festival?
Oh, the world to know that this is a very exciting, you know, and there's a lot of potential, a meeting point for diasporans and people on the continent as well. You know, this is very exciting.
Right, and how do you think people could benefit from participating?
Just, you know, even just today, just by watching, listening, you might just be sitting there throughout a workshop and you might just pick one thing, or you just might meet somebody who's doing something in another country that, you know, it's almost like I don't know what, but I know that by coming together, it will generate many things. Yeah. Yeah,
I understand. So thank you, Richard, for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.
And also, thank you to the audience for joining the Black Consciousness Festival's cultural activities today. So stay tuned to our exciting schedule and get more information on the beautiful people around the world that are collaborating to make this festival happen, and register for upcoming conversations and activities at our website, www.theblackconsciousnessfestival.com, or the Facebook page, YouTube channel, Instagram profile, Twitter, and LinkedIn pages. Have a good night, evening, afternoon, morning, and walk in pride, power, and practice.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
God, I hope it had no